Welcome back to another Day Zero Origins of Power build, guys, and today we've got Kirstein, Dependable Competitor. I'll be honest, this is one I wasn't exactly looking forward to. Him and the next character, I believe, or no, two characters from now, Mikasa. Him and Mikasa, I believe, Mikasa, and Zeke. Those were the three that gave me the biggest trouble with these Day Zero builds. But let's dive into Jean here. He's a 7 hand size 22 health character with air and fire as his symbols and the Survey Core trait. He has Enhance, your attack gets +1 damage. It gets an additional +1 damage for every 2 non-action cards you have played this turn. So all of your attacks are getting minimum +1 damage. That's okay. And you could potentially scale it with, playing a whole bunch of attacks, playing a bunch of foundations, and then an attack. It's just tricky. He also has Response Commit. After you take damage, add 1 attack from your discard pile to your hand. Now, we are a 7 hand size character. We are very squishy. We do not want to be taking a lot of damage. So, as nice as that ability is, that's going to be one we want to use to end a game. So I decided to build him on the air symbol with some fire support, focusing on the low difficulty attacks, the 3 difficulty attacks, because there's a lot of ways you can cycle those out of your card pool to play them again. So I figured that'd probably be the best way to build him, with a fun little ace card in store. So we're going to start with Horseback Charge, a 3/3, 2 low for 3 with a 1 low block and the weapon keyword. It says Blitz, sacrifice 1 ready foundation, draw 1 card, and build the next foundation you play this turn. So this is good anytime you play it, because you play it, you sacrifice maybe a ready face down foundation. Then you get to draw a card, hopefully another attack, then you get to build a foundation. You play the foundation, it'll automatically build. That's another non-action card that you've played. So it's a card that clears itself that you also get to, the foundation you play builds. So it clears itself from your card pool, and you get another +1 damage for all of your moves, whether this is your opener or later in your string. It's just an all-around good card. Hello, Sam. Next we have Maintain Distance. This is a 3/3, 3 high for 4 with a +2 high block. Charge, weapon, and a combo with the combo of 3 difficulty. So in order to use this combo blitz, the card immediately before this card in your card pool has to have a printed 3 difficulty. Combo blitz, during this attack, your rival's enhance abilities have an additional cost of commit 1 foundation. So this is good as a finisher if you have a lot that you can stack onto it. Stats, speed, damage, stun, anything like that. Because then every time your rival tries to interact with it, they're going to have to commit an extra foundation. So, pretty cool movement piece here. Speaking of movement, we have Relentless Onslaught, a 4/3, 4 low for 4 with a 1 low block and the weapon keyword. It says Blitz, if you have 3 or more attacks in your card pool, it will include itself. Add 1 attack with a printed difficulty of 3 from your card pool to your hand. So you could pick up Horseback Charge, and then play that again, and since this will be your 3rd attack, say you play Horseback Charge, play a foundation, it gets built, play an attack, play Relentless Onslaught. That's 4 non-actions you've played, so this will get +2 damage. Then you could pick up Horseback Charge, play that again, that's 5, blow up a foundation, draw a card, play a foundation to build, that's 6, so that's an additional +3 damage to all, extra to all of your moves. Plus your +1. So that's +3 that Relentless is getting, and +4 after that second Horseback Charge, which can really stack up, it turns out. Next we have Seize the Opportunity, a 4/3, 4 high for 3 with a 2 high block, charge, and weapon. Blitz, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal 1 attack with a difficulty of 3 or less from among them and add it to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So this is pretty cool because we can pick up our little 3 difficulty attacks going up an extra hand size on our already high 7 hand size to try to play as many cards out as possible. Sorry, Sam. Next we have Besiege. It's a 3/4, 3 mid for 4 with a 1 mid block, charge, and fury. Blitz, this attack can only be blocked by cards with a printed block modifier of 3 or greater. That makes this a very good wearer of Jean's damage boost, especially if you're getting up to that +4 damage, and not including anything else that you might tack onto it later. And it says Deadlock Blitz if this attack just gets 4 damage for free. So this could be a 3 mid 11 if you have the, or a 3 mid 12, I'm sorry. If you have the +4 damage from Jean eventually, and then 4 damage here, so 3 mid for 12. That later in a string, your rival might not be able to block because they might not have a +3 or greater modifier. Now here is the ace card I was talking about, Rallied Assault. This is 4/2, 4 high for 4, and a 2 high block. Fury and Weapon. Blitz, spend 1 momentum. If you do, remove all other cards from all players' card pools. This attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each card removed this way. So let's say we have 3 cards in our card pool, and our rival has 3 cards in theirs. That makes this a 10 high 10. On its own, not including any of the Jean boost. And that clears our card pool of everything but Rallied Assault, so if we have more attacks, we can continue to play our attacks. It does have that cost of that 2 check, which is dangerous, but it could be a good mid-range card to be like, we've drawn a couple of cards, we've picked up some cards from our discard pile, we're going to play this as our 4th card, we're going to have to commit some things, but we're going to clear our card pools, hit real hard with Rallied Assault, and then continue throwing cards like Besiege and Horseback Charge to make sure that our rival's taking even more damage. And finally, we have Crash Through. This is a 3/3, 0 mid for 3 with a 3 mid block, but it has the throw keyword, which says, even if it's completely blocked, it's still going to deal half damage rounded up, which wears the Jean boost very well, coming at the end of a string with +3, +4 damage. And response, after this attack deals 3 or more damage, your rival spends 1 momentum. So get a little bit of that momentum out of there. Onto our non-attack cards, we have Tattered Costume, a 2/5 with a 2 mid block. Unique, response, sacrifice, after your rival plays an ability on an action or a keyword ability on an attack, cancel that ability, draw 1 card. We like drawing cards because we want to play as many cards as possible in a turn. We have Gas Propellant. This is a 2/5 with a 1 mid block. Enhance, sacrifice, your attacks this turn get +1 speed, your rival's attacks this turn get -1 speed, so it could be good for offense, giving us a little bit more speed throughout the turn, or good for defense, just chipping away at our rival's speed so we can make things easier to block. And then response, commit, spend a momentum. After you play a card with a breaker ability, its breaker rating gets +2. I don't think we're running any breaker, so I don't think we need to worry about that. And Vertical Maneuvering Equipment, a good way to spend momentum. It's a 2/5, 1 mid block. Spend a momentum, change this attack zone, give it +3 or -3 speed. It's a good way to guarantee that our big attacks hit, and it can commit for a little bit of extra damage if need be. I didn't throw in any actions or backups because I didn't see, since we don't count action cards, didn't really see a use for them right yet in this day 0, but I'm sure that could be fixed on newer iterations. Onto our attacks, our foundations, we have Gathering Supplies. This is a 1/5 with a 2 high block. Enhance, sacrifice 1 foundation. This attack gets 1 speed. With our character stacking on damage, speed is something we need. We have Levi's Relentless Spirit, a 3/4 with a 4 mid block. Response, Tenacious, after your attack deals damage to a character, ready this foundation. If it is the 3rd or greater time you've played this ability this turn, flip this card. So that could be really powerful. Just making sure we're continuously readying this to continuously pass our checks. And it has a Deadlock Enhance, your attack gets 1 speed and 1 damage. Pretty nice. Prowess of the Survey Corps. This is a 2/5 with a 3 mid block. Enhance, commit, your weapon attacks get +1 speed for the rest of the turn. We're just going to make sure that our attacks are going to try to hit. And then Deadlock Response, commit, after your attack resolves, add it back to your hand. So we could replay cards like Horseback Charge or Seize the Opportunity or crash through to guarantee that we're getting as much out of our character as possible. We have down but not out at 2-5 with a 2 mid block and unique. Enhance, your attack gets 1 speed and 1 damage, only playable if you have more committed rivals than your more committed foundations than your rival. When you do a couple of these a night, it just gets a little out of hand. But we're mainly playing it for the response. Destroy, which I don't know why it says destroy instead of sacrifice, if we're talking about flavor design team. Things get missed all the time, it's fine. After an attack deals damage, draw 2 cards. So we can hit something with like a crash through, draw 2 cards, try to keep playing as many cards as we can. We have no tact, a 3-5 with a 2 low block. This is mainly here for the static. This card does not count towards progressive difficulty to play attacks. So we play this, then we play an attack, that's 2 non-action cards. Jean is automatically giving +2 damage to everything. No tact does not count towards progressive difficulty when you're playing attacks. So you can play it for free, basically. It's pretty good. And then Enhance Flip, this attack is +3 or -3 damage, only playable if a character has taken damage this turn. So pretty good on defense if you've had to take some chip damage, or if you know your rival's not blocking, it's just a whole bunch of extra damage to stack on. Prelude to Destruction, it's a 3-5, 3 mid block, response Sacrifice. After you check or mill an attack, add that attack to your hand. We like seeing as many attacks in our hands as possible. Jean's Provoking Stubbornness, this is from Jean's kit from Attack on Titan Battle for Humanity. 2-5, +2 mid block, response, after you play this card, clear it from your card pool, your next attack gets +3 damage. So stacking even more damage while adding to our card count for Jean's number of non-action cards played this turn. Pretty good, and it clears itself from our card pool. Mikasa defeats the female Titan. This is just good defense. 2-4 with a 3 low block. Response Flip, after you block an attack, it deals no damage. Sword Skills. This is a 3-5, 2 mid block, and the weapon keyword. As a static, while it is ready in your stage, your attacks with printed difficulty of 3 or less get +1 damage. So guaranteeing that just having these up is going to give even more damage to our attacks. And then Deadlock Enhance Commit, add 1 attack with a printed difficulty of 3 from your card pool to your hand. Again, if we push our rival into that deadlock, we unlock a lot of abilities that just let us pick up our attacks and keep going. We have Capture the Target. It's a 1-5 with a 3 low block. Enhance, once per turn, Tenacious. If you have 3 or more attacks in your card pool, ready this foundation. We love readying foundations to keep going deeper into our strings. The Terrific Trio, a 2-5 with a 2 mid block. Enhance Remove, if you have 3 or more attacks in your card pool, this attack gets +2 speed and +2 damage. Pretty simple. We have Moth Monster, a 2-6 with a 2 high block. Enhance Commit, this attack is -2 speed, but if you have taken damage from a rival attack this turn, it gets -3 speed instead. So we could take a hit, or partial hit, commit our character to pick up an attack. Moth Monster then gives -3 speed so we can block something and keep going. Speaking of blocking, we have Nice Try, a 2-5 with a 3 low block and the Taunt keyword. Enhance Commit, your attack gets -2 speed. Response, after your rival's combat phase begins, ready this foundation. That is Tenacious, so we can commit it on our turn to pass checks, and then it readies during our rival's turn. And lastly, for a bit of fun, we have Blade Tooth from Moonfish. 1-4 with a 4 low block and the weapon keyword. Response, after your non-throw attack deals 3 or less damage, your rival loses 1 health. So, if we can give Horseback Charge, or, like, not maintain distance, but, like, Seize the Opportunity, we can give these, like, +3 damage, and our rival can only partial block them. We deal an extra damage for every Blade Tooth we have. Or, say we can't put any damage on it. You know, say our rival's like, oh, that's a 2 low 3, and you were not able to put any damage on, you forget to use Jean or something, and your rival's just like, oh, I'm just going to take the 3 damage. Cool. Take an extra 2 damage because I have 2 Blade Tooth in the stage. Excuse me. This could also be like if your rival just damage reduces, so you're like, oh, I'll give this plus 2 damage, they partial block it, you take 3, or I'll give it plus 4 damage, and then your rival's like, cool, I'll give it minus 5 damage, and you only do 2, well, now you get a bit of extra chip with Blade Tooth. So that is my first stab at Gene Kirstein, Dependable Competitor. He might be a little better than I thought at first blush, but still not excited about him. Especially not as excited as I am about some of the other characters like Erwin or Historia or Sasha. Yeah, he's okay, I guess. I'm sure if someone puts in the work, they can probably crack the code of what attacks to run, and maybe you can like use them with Echo and stuff like that. I'm sure someone will crack the code and just make a deck that throws 1 billion attacks on you on turn 3. Could be something. But I will not be that person. I don't think I'm going to look at this character after this day 0, at least not very much. But hopefully Gene is someone's favorite, and they give him a lot of love. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't. It helps the channel out a lot, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care.